Hey sports fans, it is turkey season. Tomorrow morning is opening day. I haven't had a chance to scout, but I'm heading out to the Everglades. I'm taking the camper. My son is gonna meet me out there with his truck, so we'll have a truck to ride around in. Gonna need it because it's wet and swampy out there. Gotta have four-wheel drive where we're going. Anyway, I haven't scouted, but I know where the birds are. Hopefully they're in the same spot they're always in. Usually they are, so it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so Thomas made it.
Yeah, we're here.
All
Turkey
right.
2024.
Yeah, we're gonna get up in the morning, and actually I had a little time to scout this afternoon. So I saw a couple birds. I saw a nice gobbler. I know where he's at. It's hard to video the kill.
It's hard enough to kill him.
It's hard enough to kill him and get it on video, but we're gonna try.
Bird in the front's the gobbler, I can't tell.
All right, stay low. Let me come up there so I can get it on film. No, I can't stand up. They're gonna see me. You got him. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Is he? You got him? He's dead. Oh yeah! Look at that. We did it. Look at that beard.
Dang.
Nice.
Oh yeah, hit him right here in the neck. Look at that.
Oh, you broke his neck. He didn't flop much.
No.
Let's see the spurs. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look how long those spurs are. That's a nice spur. Look how long that is. Hey,
That's a nice bird.
hey, nice. Good job. Persistence, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, that was a lot of work.
You're soaking wet. Is that sweat or water?
That's from crawling through the grass.
That wasn't that far of a shot either.
No, maybe 30 yards.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
All right, here, hold your gun. Let's get some pictures.
probably not gonna get first. So he was coming down on the outside of the ditch. He had Jake a couple hands with him. And I snuck down the ditch. He came up on the other side. I was gonna crawl up the side. I looked to my right, and there's two more hens walking down the ditch. And looked at me. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna see me when they're coming down this way. So I kind of backed up and I got right down on the grass and I laid over on my side. I was like, they're definitely gonna see me. And they came right up. They almost stepped over my feet. One of them was going, "Pop, pop, pop," looking at me. I thought she was gonna peck my foot. And they kind of walked off. So I'm looking and I didn't hear him gobble or anything. So I snuck around the other side. And when I came up through the dog fennel, he was standing right there, maybe 30 yards from me, but there was some grass in between us. And I clicked my safety off. When I clicked the safety off, he looked right at me. And he kind of stood up and he went, tuk, 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 and he kind of trotted off into the field. I'm like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna get out there to the field. So I went back in the ditch and I crawled down a little further. And there was one little palmetto head out in the middle. So I belly crawled all the way through the ditch and I get up behind the palmetto head and I look and all the turkeys are right there. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting there. I turn the safety off and I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know which one's the gobbler. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, maybe he took off. And then one of them goes and just starts strutting. I'm like, oh, there he is. So I'm like, I'm just gonna pop up, and when he looks at me, I'll shoot him. So I stand up, and I'm aiming right at him, and he's still strutting. So I took one step out from behind the palmettos. I'm going a little bit further, and he's still strutting, and then he goes, and he pokes his head up, and just blew him down. And then I heard another bird gobbling off in the back. I shot him, and none of them moved.
Oh yes, the truck. Whew. This is what I call the victory ride. Got our ham sandwiches. Heading home. What time is it? 9:45. I could have shot that bird.
Yeah, okay.
Since he was like 8 years old, I've been letting him shoot all the bird. The only time I shoot a bird is when I'm hunting by myself. Hey, who spotted those birds for you?
You did. I left my binoculars in the truck.
Turkey hunting 101. You need camouflage. Good camouflage that blends in with what's around you. Turkeys can see. You throw your binoculars up, and that's how a turkey sees. They will see you so far away. It's crazy. The other thing, binoculars so you can see like a turkey. Scouting is important. You got to be where there's birds. You have to get out before the season, find the birds, because like here we only have like 3 days to hunt this spot. Unfortunately, I didn't get out here to scout, but I've been here many times. I know where the birds hang out. But once you find an area with birds, that's the biggest hurdle. You know there's birds in those trees right over there. That's where I know they're roosting, right in there. Those trees right there. They've been roosting in those trees for years. Calling, I use a box call. These Osceola birds don't talk a lot. They'll gobble on the roost, the hens will cluck on the roost. But when they get on the ground, they don't talk much. So if you're out there wailing on this thing, hunters know you're not a turkey, and the turkeys know you're not a turkey. I use it just if I see a bird, I'll just give it a little bit of burp, 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 just a little bit. Don't overdo it. Now for eastern birds and other parts of the country, I know you can wail on this thing and the birds love it, but not here. Public land, they're smart birds. They know everybody in town. They know all the neighbors. They know what their voice sounds like. Just like you know your neighbors. If your neighbor was to call you and you picked up the phone, the sound of his voice, you'd know right away who it was. Same thing with the birds. They know you're a stranger when you're out here. Wah, 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 wah. And I hear him. I watched a guy this morning. He set up in a ground blind. I was watching the bird walk down his road. And I'm waiting, and he shot. And the bird just stood there. And then he shot again, and then the bird ran. He just clearly missed it. And I don't know how far he was. He looked like he was less than 50 yards from the bird. But take your gun to the range, shoot some paper at 20 yards, shoot some paper at 30, shoot at 40, use the same load, the same choke, and you'll know what your gun does, and you'll be more prepared. So if you do, and when you finally do get that shot, you get more prepared and you're not going to miss. You'll have confidence in the shot. Jake.
turkeys?
They were everywhere out here this morning. So I figured I'd blind up in this spot, runs up, and wait it out before we head home. But tomorrow morning, it's on.
All right.
Yeah, they busted me this morning. They weren't where we thought they were going to be. They were coming out, seeing me in that blind that was out in the open. They could see the top of my head. Every one of them came out, got real nervous and turned around and left. So after about an hour of that, I'm like, I got to get out of this blind. So I got out of the blind, and I seen a hen coming down this tree line. So I'm like, let me follow her and see where she's going. So I was following her, and I lost her in the high grass. And then I heard a hen yelping over here, yerp, yerp, yerp. And I thought it might have been another hunter, so I'm like, I don't want to mess that guy up, but I snuck up through the trees just to have a look, make sure. Sure enough, there were 4 gobblers out here in this field, and maybe 5 or 6 hens and a jake. And I just was patient, waited, and one of them got a little too close, and quabow!
That's a nice bird.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Look at the beard. And the spurs. Look at the size of these spurs. Look at that. Look how big those are. It's just as big as the bird you shot. Nice. You know that when that jake came out this morning, a lot of people would have shot that jake. But if I would have shot that jake, I wouldn't have got this guy. But why don't I shoot jakes? You know, he's not even a year old. They were born last spring. You know, he never got a chance to sit on top of a pine tree and roar out a gobble across the woods, tell everybody that he's king. Never got a chance to reproduce. So that jake, I might run into him next year. But you know, you say, well, if you don't shoot him, someone else will. Well, as soon as I pull my trigger, he doesn't have a chance because he's done. That's why I let him walk, and I'm not going to shoot a jake. I mean, I don't have a problem with someone shooting a jake. I'm just not going to do it. How about you?
No, I saw one this morning. I saw one yesterday. Probably the same bird. I didn't shoot him either. I shoot hens all day though. I'm just joking.
Woo, yes. That's turkey hunting 101.